Jurassic World Evolution 3 is a little over a month away now, and Frontier has posted a lot of updates to the game leading up to its release. This includes several species showcases that feature 3 new dinosaurs as well as 1 returning species from Jurassic World Evolution 2. So let's dive right on into it.
Meet the Lokiceratops, one of the most spectacular horned dinosaurs you can add to your park. With its huge, colourful frill and curved horns, this recently discovered ceratopsian is guaranteed to be a guest favourite. Watch them show off. These social dinosaurs display fascinating territorial behaviours that guests love to observe. They thrive in small groups and can share space with other peaceful herbivores, just provide plenty of room and vegetation. Powerful, distinct, unmissable. The Lokiceratops is a captivating headline attraction for any new park.
So, first and foremost, we have the Lokiceratops, and it looks absolutely incredible. It is easily the best looking ceratopsian from the Jurassic World Evolution game series so far, and I love the red and brown colors they chose to depict it with, as well as that vibrant blue, green, and orange pattern on the frill. Frontier nailed the design as it closely resembles the fossil skull we have of Lokiceratops. They even managed to capture the asymmetry of the horns on the top of the frill, which is just an amazing attention to detail. In the actual showcase, we get treated to a lot of footage of the Lokiceratops, which includes this shot of a male sporting vibrant blue patterning on the frill, and the adorable juveniles. In the hatchery view, we can see the female model, which closely resembles the fossil, whereas the male seen earlier has a little bit of speculation included in the design, which gives it overall longer horns. The female also lacks the vibrant patterning of the male, which makes sense given that this happens to be the case in nature, but the pattern looks quite great regardless. We also learn from the hatchery that the Lokiceratops has a batch size of 2 to 4. We then get to see the female interacting with the juvenile, which is quite cute. Something I am wondering, however, is if this is a shared animation, or if it's 2 separate animations. I say this because later we do get to see the confirmed adult and juvenile social animation, but it may be possible that there is more than one. After that, Frontier shows off 2 more color options for the Lokiceratops, which include a green base color with green and orange patterning, as well as a yellow base color with a black and yellow pattern. These 2 males partake in an intraspecific combat animation, where one of them charges and lifts the other into the air, which is quite nice. The only problem, however, is that it looks like the animations will still have a clipping issue, as we can see this horn phase through the other Lokiceratops. Additionally, we can see more of the juveniles interacting, which is again quite cute. This is followed by a nicely composed shot of the Lokiceratops, which features 2 more color options, which are a darker green and a gray option. Also in the background, we can see that the Lokiceratops likes to cohabitate with Brachiosaurus and Ankylosaurus. The trailer ends by showcasing some more animations, like the sleeping animation and juvenile sitting animation. Moving on to the next species showcase, which happens to be a returning species from Jurassic World Evolution 2.
Meet the Utahraptor, one of the largest and most formidable dromaeosaurs available for your park. This agile predator is known for its powerful legs, sickle-shaped claws, and hunting intelligence, perfect for creating high-impact exhibits. Parental care is vital for Utahraptors. Adults and juveniles become unsettled when separated from each other. Keep them in small groups and offer secure, enriched enclosures with room to roam. These are high-maintenance predators with high guest appeal. Fast, fierce, ferocious. The Utahraptor brings energy, spectacle, and drama to any successful park.
So the Utahraptor makes its return in Jurassic World Evolution 3, and the only thing new about it really is the new male and juvenile variants. The juveniles look really adorable and their pitched up noises sound really cute. They also have a nice social animation with adults and other juveniles, which is a joy to watch. The males also look really great, and their main difference from the female model is that they have potentially longer feathers on the top of their heads, as well as thicker necks. Other than that, there isn't a whole lot to say about the Utahraptor. All of its animations have been ported over from the last game, as well as all of the skins. It's a little unfortunate that we won't be able to have new color options, but maybe that's something we'll see later down the line.
Meet the Psittacosaurus, a small but fascinating herbivore from the Cretaceous period. These dinosaurs thrive in groups, making them a low-maintenance and visually appealing addition to any park. Using their distinctive parrot-like beaks, they actively dig for roots and plants, visually engaging guests with constant activity that brings their habitat to life. With eye-catching tail frills and a laid-back attitude, Psittacosaurus slot easily into mixed enclosures. Compact, social, and full of personality, the Psittacosaurus is the ideal attraction for your next park.
Next up, we have the Psittacosaurus, and it looks really good. Psittacosaurus is one of the most complete dinosaurs we know about, and Frontier managed to capture it perfectly, while obviously adding in a little bit of the Jurassic Park design language as well. Throughout the showcase, we get to see multiple shots of the Psittacosaurus, and we get to see all three variants. The juvenile models are so freaking cute, and their animations as well are just so adorable. We can see them scratch themselves while laying down, as well as doing a stretch, which is the most adorable animation I have ever seen from this game series. We also get to see the juvenile social animation, where one sniffs the other before being caught off guard when the other turns its head towards it. In addition to their social animation with other juveniles, we can see one socializing with an adult, where the two can be seen nuzzling. We also get to see the male and female variants, where the males have longer jugal horns compared to the females, as well as potentially longer quills on the tail. The adult models will also have their own unique animations, as we can see two variations of the scratching animation, where they will either use their leg or their jugal horn. Coloration is also something of note here, because we get to see a lot of skin options for the Psittacosaurus, which include browns, greens, gray, blue, and purple. Alongside these base colors, we have a plethora of colorful patterns, my favorite being this blue and orange pattern shown on the purple Psittacosaurus. Also in the shot, we can see them foraging for food, and it's said in the species showcase that they like to dig for roots, which could be hinting at a new behavior, or is simply just a way of describing an idle animation that they will have. Either way, it's pretty cool. Looking at their environment, we get to see a plethora of colorful desert plants as well as cacti, which is a neat addition. Also, they like to share their environment with other herbivores, including Ankylosaurus, which we can see the juvenile model of, and Dreadnoughtus, which happens to be the Dominion variant. Anyway, moving on to the next showcase.
Introducing the Patagotitan, one of the largest creatures to ever walk the Earth. This gentle giant boasts an incredibly long lifespan, making it a lasting presence in any park. Though slow to breed, the Patagotitan is a strong favorite among visiting guests, making every new arrival a rare and momentous event. Despite their size, Patagotitans are peaceful by nature, coexisting calmly with other herbivores. Massive, majestic, and built to endure, the Patagotitan is the ultimate titan for parks that think big.
The last species showcase for this video is the Patagotitan. This sauropod from Patagonia is enormous, and this is emphasized by the introduction of the species showcase. The design for the sauropod is quite interesting, as it has spikes running all the way down its back. The spikes on the male tend to be longer than those on the female. The Patagotitan also has interesting scales that mimic a mud crack pattern, as well as a beak. The juveniles, like all other juveniles in the game, are very cute, and I especially love the noises they make. I also love the social animation between parents and young. The Patagotitan has similar colors to other sauropods with the usual gray and red options, but this time around we get a bright blue skin, which is quite nice. Also, we can see it coexisting with both Triceratops and Stegosaurus, which despised each other in the last game, so I'm curious if their social requirements have changed. While that is the last of the species showcases, that's not the last bit of information we have about these species. Frontier uploaded some stream highlights where they discuss details about the Lokiceratops and the Utahraptor. In the highlights, we can see both of their hatchery release animations, as well as the Lokiceratops social animation and Utahraptor wading through water, which was apparently something they avoided doing in the last game. Then, on the Jurassic World Evolution 3 website, they have a post discussing the design process of the Psittacosaurus. Let's just take a quick look here. We're not going to do much reading, as it's just mostly talking about how it's created and all that, and the effort that went in, which is much appreciated, but for the sake of time, we're just going to look at what's posted here on the website. So we have the model, looking very great. Frontier did an amazing job with that. Here we have the differences between males and females. I love the yellow coloring on the male, very good. I also love how the pattern is different. We can see on the male that it's much more vertical, whereas the female has much more horizontal patterns, so that's quite nice there. A 3D model, very nice. Some animation work, that's the scratching animation seen earlier. We also have the juvenile social animation, which is quite nice, very cute. We also have some sound design, which I already did listen to, but we're going to listen to it again. So we have the process of designing the sounds. Very nice. Alright, moving on. Let's pause that. Moving on, we have another one, which is adult vocalizations, which seem to be slowed down of all things, which is interesting. Alright, very cool. And lastly, we have the tail movement sound. Well, that is very cool. So that is going to have to wrap up this video. If you guys did enjoy, make sure to press the like button and subscribe, and I will see you guys next time. Goodbye.